everyone, this is Candy the 614 Stitcher, and today is Sunday, January the 7th, 2024, and this is my Flosstube episode 108. I would like to say hello and welcome to any and all new subscribers, and if you have just been checking me out for a while, please consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell notification so that I can enable you with a project or two. And for my returning subscribers and friends, thank you so very much for coming back each and every time that I do upload a video. Let me first start off by saying thank you all so very much for the wonderful New Year's wishes. And then coming back on the 4th and wishing me happy birthday. I really appreciate it. I had both a wonderful New Year's Day and a great birthday. My son brought me a half of a cherry pie, which is fine with me. I told him that I only wanted a half a cherry pie because if you bring a whole cherry pie, I'm going to eat a whole cherry pie. So with having a half of a cherry pie, I was able to share it with both of my children and not eat a lot of it. I ate a lot of it, but not the whole thing. And then for those of you that saw the picture of 19,723, my son calculated that that is how many days that I have been alive on the earth. And so he could not find a 5 and a 4 candle, and so he calculated the years that I have been alive on the earth, and that's what he came up with, and it was a great surprise. He always manages to surprise me, but it was really good. I had a great day, and I'm thankful. Birthdays are used to be hard for me, but I'm really and truly grateful for every day that I'm still walking the earth. And so I thank you all for your birthday wishes and your New Year's wishes. Go ahead and grab yourself a beverage. I am drinking coffee yet again this evening, as I will be staying up later this evening, getting ready to go on retreat tomorrow. I will be going to Stitch Away, which is at Houston Woods Metro Park. They have a cabin, a lodge building, and this is the first time that Miss Barbara will be doing it for a week, and I opted to go for the entire week. So I have all of my projects packed. Well, they're all ready to just be put in the bag, and I'll be leaving here in the morning going up, and it'll be a great week. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't had a vacation for a few months, and so it was a good plan for me to be able to get away for a little while and not be too far away, but not be too close to home. So it worked out perfectly. So today for stitching, I have new starts, I have whips, and I even have a finish. It's my first finish of 2024, and I'm super excited about it. So we're going to just dive right in and get started. A friends group that I stitch with, we all decided on a designer that we were going to use as our new year, for our new year, new start. And that designer was Hands-On Design. And so we all chose a different Hands-On Design chart and stitch on it on New Year's Day. So I have mine in my New Year, New Start bag that I got from Athena last year. And I chose to stitch on Beach Please. This was a gift from Carolyn Zook, my friend, last year. And I am stitching it on perforated paper to mimic this framing right here. And I did do that and have 99% of it stitched. I am missing the Smyrna crosses on it, but I have the rest of it all stitched up. And there is what it looks like. So if you recall, I took a marker and colored the paper. And so that is what is giving all those different lines. Even though I tried to do it where you wouldn't have the lines, I still ended up with lines. And so, but I am loving working on the perforated paper. It was a challenge for me. I had something else that I was working on with perforated paper, and it was a really challenge for me. But I have, I have passed the threshold of where, you know, to hold it and all of that. What I did is I used, so Fat Quarter Shop came out with these line keepers. And what I did was I put a line keeper, I put the paper in between the two magnets and it secured it, which gave me something a little bit firmer to hold onto and to stitch with. So I put one, that's the back. So I put one on the side so that I would have something to hold on to while I was stitching. So it worked out really great. It gave me something to hold on to. I think I have it too long still because it does kind of flop in the air, but I am really super pleased because it perforated paper was really, like, the first time I tried to stitch on it, I was like, oh, this is never going to work. And I do know that there are a lot of people that instead of stitching on perforated paper, they'll use fabric. But because I want that look for the frame, I decided to go ahead on and try to give the perforated paper another try. So that is Hands On Design, Beach Please. And that was my New Year, New Start. And I put in, I think it was 236 stitches on that. It was 244 stitches on Beach Please. So, 244. Okay, so my next new start was also the same day. No, I take that back. My next new start was my birthday start. And it is by Sweetheart Tree. And it is K is for Key. This was a gift for me from EJ when they were at Stitchville, USA. She picked this up for me. And I am using all of the called for. It came as a kit, so I'm using all of the kit material. Okay. And this is a 28 count light khaki. Albert, either eat or go lay down. I'm not dealing with you right now. And here is where I've gotten to. I have stitched on this 2 times since my birthday. I started it on my birthday on a Zoom chat with my friends. And then I stitched on it another day, maybe yesterday. So far, I have put in 355 stitches on this. And I am also using this. I will be participating this year in Whippagories, which is categories by Sammy J of Sammy J Stitches, and I'll link her down below. She comes out with categories There's 5 categories, and she uses those to help further her whips along. And so I decided to jump on the bandwagon this year and do the same thing. I'm going to pause you because I think my camera is too low. So give me 1 second. Okay, I think that's better. So I am also using this on my Whippagories because the category I'm using it for is beads or specialty stitches. And this project actually has both beads and specialty stitches. So I will continue to work on this through the month to see how much of it I can actually get done in the month of January. It would be great if I could get it finished. So that is where I'm at right now. All of the projects that I'll be showing you, I'll be taking with me to retreat because of BRRINGO. We started BRRINGO on January the 1st, and that is an event that is ran in the Magazine Monthly Challenge group, hosted by my friends Robin of Bird's Eye Stitches and Carolyn of C's Stitch. So now I'm going to show you what my last new start was, and it was yesterday. I started my ornament. I will be doing 12 ornaments for the month, for the year, no, not for the month, for the year. And the first one I started with is Snowflake Spool by Crafty Bluebonnet Designs. This was a gift from my friend Janelle of Coffee, Wine, and Stitching Time. And I have a small start on it. I am stitching this on a 28 count. On a 28 count Old West by Color and Cotton. And I'm using the called for DMC flosses. And that is where I am so far on it. So the goal will be for the ornaments, for me to get them finished also in the same month in which I've started them. And like this is a mini. It is 27 by 27. So I'm going to try to make sure that when I'm picking the ornaments to stitch that they are relatively smallish, so that I can make sure to keep them so that I can get them done during the month. I don't want to start projects and then have them carry over and I start another one. I want to be able to do each ornament for the month and have it finished within that month. And there's a hashtag for the ornaments, but I can't remember it right off the bat right now, so I'll have the hashtag for the ornaments down in the description box below. Okay. So I talked about all of my new starts. So those were all of my new starts. So now I'm going to go into my whips, and these are what the majority of the whips have been BRRINGO calls so far from January the 1st through today. And so the very first one that was called on January the 1st, oh, should I read y'all what the, oh, it's right here. Okay, so the first one that was called, I didn't put it in there. So let me get this other paper. I got all kinds of papers everywhere. The very first one that was called was number 3, and that is a whip or new start of your choice. And my whip is Home of a Needleworker. And there's what the model looks like. And here's a picture of where it was when I last showed it to you. And here is where it is now. So I put in the H and the O. For the BRRINGO calls, you have to put in either 100 stitches or 1 hour's worth of stitching time. And I have been going for the 100 stitches with the exception of one project. And so on this, on Home of a Needleworker, I put in 128 stitches on January the 1st. So I am not going to be filling in the H with a house. I'm actually going to see if I can't find a small dog to put in between the two legs of the H. But if I don't find one, then I'm not going to worry about it. I don't think it needs that house in there, and so I'm not going to be putting it in. But there's my Home of a Needleworker. I'm stitching this on a 28. It's a 28 count vanilla cream by Atomic Ranch, and I'm using the Called For Classic Colorworks. And this project is on my, will be on my year of whips, and so I'll be taking all of the whips that you see, I'm taking them with me because they're on the BRRINGO board, and I don't want to have to wait and come back to try to make up a week's worth of calls. So everything is going with me because I only need to put in 100 stitches or 1 hour. So it's not like it's going to bombard me or overwhelm me while I'm there. I'll just work it like I have been working it. On January the 2nd, the call was number 4, and that is a whip or a new start that intimidates you. And it is Give Thanks by Hot House Petunia Designs. And here's a picture of where it was when I last showed it to you. And here is where I am now. So this was actually today's call also. So I stitched on it for 1 hour on January the 2nd, and then I stitched on it another hour for today. So I've met the prompt for it. And what I put in is I took out all of the stitches that were here and re-put them back in. And then I put in the quarter stitches and all the brown back stitching that you see here. So far, that is what it is looking like. I still have all of the words that goes around the outside. I am stitching this on a 32 count. Where's my card? I'm stitching this on a 32 count Vintage Country Mocha, and I'm using the Called For DMC flosses. I will be glad when this whip is done. I'm over it, but it's so cute, and I put so much time and work into it that I refuse to give up now. Okay, so that was for January the 2nd and for January the 7th. for, yes, I put in 1 hour on, so far I've put in 2 hours on that project. I'm not counting the stitches for it. The first day I actually put in 54 stitches, but I worked on it for an hour, so I went with the hour. Today I didn't even bother because I knew I was going to be doing back stitching. So I just did the 1 hour's worth of back stitching so that I could have the goal met. And there was something else that I was going to tell you about that, but I can't find, you know how you make little notes and be like, oh, I'm going to remember that. And now I'm like, what does that mean? Okay, so on January the 3rd, the number 3 was called, no, the number 9 was called, and number 9 is a new start, that a whip or a new start that is sparkly, and my whip is January Cottage by Country Cottage Needleworks. And here's what their model looks like. And here's a picture of where it was when I last showed it to you. And here is where it is now. So how this ended up meeting the prompt is for these large snowflakes, which is what I put in. I put in 100 stitches exactly on this. I used a toile for the snow, for the big snowflakes, and you can kind of see them shimmering there. So because I did that, I'm actually going to go back over each one of these snowflakes up at the top and just put one leg of a toile over all of them. I'm going to do it on the roof also, and on this star, or on this snow on the ground. Then when I do the snowman, I'll do the same thing. I like the look of this because snowflakes are really delicate, and so using the toile makes them look like delicate snowflakes. If you will also recall, I am using my own color conversion on this because the month of January, the birthstone is a garnet. And so for the month, I decided to use red as garnet for the January cottage to represent this birthstone garnet. This is also part of my whippagories, and for whippagories, it is a paper pattern. So that's where I am with that one. That was number 9, which was the 3rd day of January. On the 4th day of January, my true love gave to me. Okay, on the 4th day of January, the call was number 5. And number 5 is a whip or a new start that will be a gift. So my number 5 is Floral Fairy by Stitchy Princess Black on Etsy. She is a Ukrainian designer, and they are still going through the war over there. So please, whatever support you can offer to her through her Etsy shop, I'm sure she would much greatly appreciate it. And here's a picture of where it was when I last showed it. am stitching this on a 16 count. It says 14 count, but I thought it was a 16 count, but it's verdigris agoric, which is a mushroom. And here is where I am now. I put in this, which is another butterfly coming up off of her skirt. I also put in the rest of this line here and these right here. So this is actually really close. I just need to fill in this part of the skirt, and all of these little flower buds have this pink color in them, and it will be a finish. I put in 109 stitches on Floral Fairy this time. She is on my BRRINGO board a few more times, so we'll see how far we get with her. Pardon me. So that is Floral Fairy, and she is also on my Whippagories as a chart with less than 10 colors. I am using a conversion of overdyed flosses that I chose. On the 5th day of January, number 19 was called, and number 19 is a whip or a new start that you were inspired to start because of the way you've seen it finished. And my project is Oh Shell Yeah. It is by Barefoot Needle Arts. And here's a picture of where it was the last time you saw it. And here is where I have gotten to now. So I put in 116 stitches, and I put in, and you can't really tell well, there you can. I put in this darker teal color that comes around and down like this. I am stitching this on an 18 count Ada Touch of Peach. And I'm using the called for DMC flosses on this. This is also on my year of whips, or will be starting on January the 18th. I still have a few ideas that I'm thinking about changing out year of whips. So by the time the 18th rolls around, I'll have to have all of my whips decided and put into an album. Year of Whips is a Facebook group that is run by Melanie Watkins. It runs from January the 18th through December the 18th. So it has not started yet. If you are interested in more information, please go to Melanie's YouTube videos and check out the information that she has put out about the Year of Whips. It does start on January the 18th. She also has a Facebook group for it, so you can look in the Soulful Stitcher Facebook group if you have any questions. You can also contact me. This will be the second year that I've done Year of Whips, and I really like doing it. I finished all 6 of the projects last year, and so I was really amped and pumped about it. So Soulful Stitching. Sorry, I'm trying to keep notes as I go through. Okay, so the next call for January the 6th was number 25. And the prompt for number 25 was a whip or a new start you would take on vacation. And my vacation would be to the beach. And so I chose The River by Modern Folk Embroidery. And for those of you that are new to my channel, I decided to stitch this piece right in the middle, not the whole chart, just the flower and the urn. And here's a picture of where it was when I last showed it. And here is where it is now. I put in 153 stitches on this piece, and it's literally from here, these two leaves down here, and up to this flower. So all of that was put in. I'm stitching this on a 14 count Evil Queen by Bestitch Me, and I am using DMC Blanc as the color. This is also going to be on my Year of Whips. One of the strategies that I think that worked last year for me so well was that when we did BRRINGO, I pulled out all of the charts that I wanted to put on Year of Whips, and I stitched on them during BRRINGO. It actually provided me two things: to let me know whether or not I still wanted to even be bothered with that whip, and to push it forward a little bit further ahead, so that as we were as I'm stitching on it during the year, you know, it's not at a very beginning stage. It's got hopefully more than 200, 300 stitches into it, so that it can help push it along a little bit further. And I think that was one of the things that really helped me get a jump start, because it doesn't start till January the 18th, but I had a jump start on those few projects to help push me along with making sure that I wanted to keep stitching on them, and that I would put in a little bit of extra work ahead of time. So that was on the 6th day. And then today's call, I already showed you, it was Give Thanks by Hot House Petunia Designs. So I have some more whips to share. I did not write. Okay, so I worked on Purple Rain, and now I don't, oh, here it is, because it's going with me. That's why I'm like, where is Purple Rain? Because it's going with me. I worked on Purple Rain, which is by Heaven and Earth Designs. And that is a picture that it will look like once it is completed. And here's a picture of where it was when I last showed it. And here is where it is now. So what I did was I filled in some more of this middle section here. I actually put in 236 stitches on it. and it is at 6.53% completed. This main color up at the top, there is a lot of, like, I still have way more. I have like 11,000 more stitches in that color. So I have a lot of this darkish purple color still to go. So I'll just keep filling it in as I go along. But there is where I've gotten to so far. This, the fabric was gifted to me by EJ. She dyed it for me. And the flosses are all anchor flosses, and they were given to me by Miss Joy Lisa. I'm trying to fold this thing different every single time because I don't want to get creases in it. I believe what I'm going to have to do is just put it on a scroll frame and leave it so that I can just roll it up and down, because it's actually getting difficult to wrangle it in. So I think I'm going to put it on a scroll rod. I just need to find one that is the right size for it, so that and then just put a pillowcase over top of it so that I can keep it clean. But I think with me putting it on a scroll rod, it'll also be easier for when I need to work on it. Purple Rain is going to be worked on every month for at least 200 stitches. So I need to have it to where all I need to do is just pull it out and work on it and put it back in a pillowcase and move forward like that. So it'll be getting put on a scroll rod pretty soon. The next project I worked on, and it is also for Whippagories, is 1 Dozen Quakers by Rosewood Manor. And here is where it is, or here's what it looks like. And we are working on section 2, which is from here over to here. That's the January section. And here's a picture of what it looked like when I last showed it to you. And here is where I am now. I was able to finish January's border section and part of the, part that comes down this way. I added 184 stitches on this on Friday night. So I still have quite a bit to go. It will be traveling with me. No, it won't. I'm not taking this with me. It'll have to be worked on when I get back. I still need to do the over 1 stitching. So maybe I will take it with me, because I'll have like all day to stitch. So I probably should take it with me. The thread that I am currently using, the border thread and the thread that I'm using for this big first motif, are both Cottage garden threads. The one for the motif is amethyst, and the one for the border is called lavender. And that is where I am so far. I don't know, it kind of looks, I'm not going to say anything. It looks fine. It looks great. It looks wonderful. I know it's correct. It's just the way that I have the fabric in the Q-snap. And because I'm stitching this on a 46 count fabric, I've decided to use a Q-snap. I can get it much, I can roll it and get it much tighter. Thankfully enough, I can take my table clamp with me, so I don't have to hold the Q-snap in my hand. I just use my table clamp and stitch that way on it. So it'll be fine. I just have to remember to take my tiny needle with me. I have a very very thin needle that I use to stitch this on, and so I just need to make sure that I have that packed also. I need to figure out a way to put it in this bag. That way when I pick up the bag, I know that the needle is in the bag. But Rosewood Manor, 184 stitches. And for my Whip Go project, I have started stitching on. This was called by Akio Whips. I will list them down below in the description box. They are a husband and wife team. He stitches just as much as she does, and so it is great to see their camaraderie back and forth about their stitching. So please be sure to go down to the description box and check out Akio Whips. And they chose the Sunflower Fairy by Nora Corbett. This is the one out of the magazine. You can purchase this chart now, I believe, from Hoffman's, but this is the one that was in the magazine. And here's a picture of where it was when I last showed it. And here is where I am now. So I'm stitching this on a 28 count coloring cotton called Old West. And I literally have put in the bud, the flower head bud so far. And that is 387 stitches. I am using colors, like I've matched the colors to what was called for. The original chart was stitched in Valdani's, and so I have just matched colors back. So I'm using a combination of over-dyed flosses for this. And whatever, you know, if I look at it and it matches, then that's what I use for it. So I've actually changed up a couple of the colors depending on what it looks like on the cover of the magazine versus what it looks like on the actual chart. So those are all of my whips for this week. I had a very prolific stitchy week, I believe. The total number of stitches that okay, I'm going to give you what the number is, but the number is incorrect because I stitched some more after I tallied my weekly total. And my weekly total for this, let me show you one other thing. I have a finish. Let me show you my finish. So if you watched my whip parade, I identified one project from 2019, and it was Snowy Chock Full by Hands On Design and Pricella Blain. And that is what it looks like, and I was working on the pillow. Well, lo and behold, I finished the pillow this morning. And here it is. So it is my first finish for 2024. I literally put in, with the exception of 1, 2, 3, 4, all the rest I put in. The snowflakes were already there. I put in the Smyrnas that needed to be placed up top. I finished filling in the scarves. And now that I look at this, I need to put the little tassels on the scarf, but I'm still calling it a finish. I put these little red berries in, both at the up at the top and down at the bottom. It took 165 stitches for me to finish this, and it is done. And I am ecstatic to have my first finish for 2024. And for those of you that are new or don't know, I'm a snowman. I love snowmen. So it was great to get this completed in the winter months. Because not only that, I'm also a seasonal stitcher. And so it was good to be able to work on this and get it completed during this month. It was also a Whippagories category for the oldest whip. So now I'll have to go through my whips again and find any 2020s because they will now be my oldest whips. So now I got to go through that again. But, you know, I'm glad to have that last 2019 off my plate now, and I can just move forward. So I have some investments. I'm looking to see where to put all of this because I have quite a bit of investments. Okay, so let's talk plans. My plans for this week are to stitch, have fun, stitch, have fun, stitch, have fun. Because I'll be at retreats, I am not putting any pressure on myself. I do plan on doing my BRRINGO every day for the calls that she calls the night before. And at this point, that is what I have planned. I'll be working on my BRRINGO or working on WhipGo. I'm taking both my WhipGo projects with me, so I'll be working on those. But the priority is to make sure that I get 100 stitches in every day on the BRRINGO project. So those are my plans for this week. So next Sunday, I do plan on having a video. I should be back early enough in the day to be able to still put up my weekly video. So now we're going to go and show you investments. And my investments are both Stitchy Kindness, birthday gifts, and a couple of things that I purchased also. I'm going to show you this right now because it is actually helping light the way. I had a BrightTech light before. It was white and I broke it somehow. Like it'll come on, but it doesn't stay on. So I purchased a new BrightTech light, and I wanted to show you for those of you that are looking for a light. So don't mind the needle minders on there. I put needle minders over everywhere because I always have needles. I use 2 needles, but I got 5,000 needles hanging out over here just in case I need one. So I wanted to show you. So this one, unlike the first one that I had, it was rechargeable. This is not rechargeable. You have to use the plug-in for it. But the reason why I liked it so much was because this literally screws off. Oh, you have to have it lined up. Now, I know I can take this off of here. You have to have it lined up. I'm going to hit myself with this thing. I can see it coming. So you have to have it lined up in order to pull it off. And it does come off. You just have to get it lined up correctly. So it comes off away from the base. Now, initially, I thought that this was going to be small enough to use on a Lowry light stand, but it's still too big. But it comes with a clamp. It comes with a clamp, and you put it down in the hole, and you twist it again. The clamp stays on, and you can still clamp this to your whatever light stand or stand you have. It is a super duty clamp. Like, it is very hard to open. You can see the metal ring in there. So if you are in the market for a new light, I would suggest that you look up BrightTech lights. They are sold on Amazon. I purchased this one and just received it Friday. So I would suggest that you two, I know there are several people all the time looking for a new light, and you can see how bright it is. It is very, very bright. I love it. But I'm a big light person. I like light, so. Okay, so that was one of my investments. Okay, I don't want it shining into my eyes too bad. And then I also ordered a 5-pack of small Nerge hoops for the ornament stitching that I plan on doing. I had some gift money, and so I wasn't letting it burn a hole. I wasn't letting it burn a hole in my pocket too long. It was like, it's got to go. I need stuff. I purchased this project bag for my friend Vicky Stitch and Button, and it has all of the pride symbols, you know, different pride, and the inside. So this will be my pride project bag when I start my new pride project. Okay. Everything else, no. I was stitching with some friends at their home and picked up a couple of charts. So I picked up, this will be an ornament pick for this year. It is the Christmas Tree Collection by JBW Designs. This was in a giveaway box. I haven't been to Keepsakes. That was in a giveaway box. Then I also picked up, I have a couple of these charts, and I might actually already have this one, and if I do, it'll be in a giveaway, is the Lizzie Kate Cookies for Santa. And here is what the whole chart would look like if you have all of the charts. I'm looking for this one that says Faith on it. I really would like to have that one. But I'm almost positive, now that I'm thinking about it, that I have this cookies one already. So I'm going to have to look and see if I can find the Faith chart. Okay, sorry, I got carried away. And then this chart is from You and I and Friends, and it's called Funky Flowers. And that is what it looks like. And I thought that was really cute. Those stitches that, those big white stitches look like specialty stitches, so I'll have to check that out and see. I am going to be trying my hand at doing more specialty stitches, especially with the K is for key. It has a rogue stitch, a heart rogue stitch, and some other stitches, lots of beading, so I'll get my practice in on that one for sure. Then I had some birthday, oh, one more thing. Bless you, Albert. I did get my Weeks Dye Works Floss Frenzy from the Fat Quarter Shop. And here are the colors that came in this month's. Now, I had some birthday gifts that I received. Thank you so very much. I so appreciate it. It's not I appreciate the gifts that I have been given, so much so. So first up, for my friend Carolyn Zook, she had someone, they found Purple Rain fabric. This is actually Party Like It's 1999 fabric, and it had a bowl cozy made for me. I mean, people know me. It's purple, it's prints, it's butterflies, it's turtles. Like, people, snowflakes, people know me. I do not change very much. All of my friends in the chat group that I'm in put up pictures of prints for me, and they were all different. Like, every picture was different. They put up Prince pictures for me for my birthday. Like, it was so cool. Then Carolyn sent me a picture of Prince. EJ sent me a picture of Prince. Like, it was like the greatest birthday. It was the greatest birthday. So she had that for me. She sent me some stickers that I'm going to start putting in my planner. And these are by the Crafty Gamalkin. I have ordered from her before. She has lovely, lovely, lovely sticker packs. And then she got me this little, it says Turtle Worry Doll. And I'm scared to actually take it out. People from a land far away believe that before you go to bed at night, you tell your worries to... I thought I was going to be able to read it without taking it out. To a doll under your pillow. When you wake in the morning, your worries are gone. It's by Natural Life. And it's a little turtle. And then she got me, like, I squealed. She got me 2 snag nabbits. One is big and one is smaller, which thank you, because I needed them. Now I have one for my traveling case. And she got me these purple chip heart cross stitch thread bobbins, and it's called Purple Haze, and they all have that glittery like, they're beautiful. They're beautiful. So thank you so very much, Carolyn. I appreciate you so much. You know how much you mean to me. And I actually waited until my birthday to open all of these gifts. I was like, I'm going to have gifts to open on my birthday. I'm waiting until my birthday so I can have gifts to open. So I'll be getting those ready for the next project that I kit up, which you're going to be surprised on the next one that I start. So stay tuned for that. And then I have a wonderful friend, Miss Jan. She made me a little pin cushion that looks like a hat. She also got me a candle that was wonderful. And then my wonderful friend, Janelle at Coffee Wine Stitching Time. She was my secret pal, my secret buddy, Stitchy buddy, for Christmas, and sent my birthday gift along with my Christmas gift. And so I'm going to show you what she got me. The first thing that she got me, and she ordered this from our friend Bobby at Pumpkin Creek Primitives. I'll link her down below. She actually has an online shop also. But she ordered from Bobby this 36 count At the Pond by Stitch Me. And it is, of course, not showing up true to color. It is a purple with greens in it. Yeah, that's better right there. But it is gorgeous. So I have to figure out something to stitch on that. She also sent me 2 Night Stalker Calling Soulmates. They're 10 yards each. They're 10 yards each. And isn't the variegation on those so pretty? I mean, just gorgeous. There we go. And then she sent me this wonderful, I had a hard time getting it out the other day too. This glass mug that it has a lid that goes with it. It came with a straw and a straw cleaner. Butterflies, turtles, snowflakes, frogs, prints, purple. So thank you so very much, Janelle. I appreciate it so very much. Like, I'm scared to use it. But it'll be a good lemonade glass in the summertime. So those were the investments, Stitchy Kindness, that I received for my birthday. And I am so appreciative of it all. This actually brings me to the end of the video. I want you all to know how much your kindness and support means to me. We are heading into the some of the hardest days for people that suffer from seasonal defect. I want to say defective, but it's not defective. Seasonal affective disorder, with the nights being so long and everything is so cold. So if you need some extra support, please make sure to reach out to your family, your friends. I don't know, send me an email if you need to. I'm pretty bad about checking emails, although I'm making it a priority and a goal to be better about checking my emails this year. But don't let seasonal defect, I keep trying, like it's in right there. It's right there. It's right there. Seasonal defect, the seasonal affective disorder. Because I suffer from it also. So make sure you get some bright lights. Ding, 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 ding. That help you keep your mood up and keep lifted. I know for a fact that it does work. So with that being said, I want to wish you all a very good night. And I hope that you have a very great Stitchy week. I'll be thinking about you while I'm at retreat. And please keep me in your thoughts. I'll talk to you soon. Good night, everybody.